What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilkin. I'm coming back with another danchro video, and we haven't talked Uncharted Battlefield, even though it's come back a while ago, and it's actually getting ready to go away. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's talk about this. Now, normally we do this in 4 sections. I'm going to do this in 3, which means 4 floors per episode, but let's jump in. So, per usual, we're going to try to do this with 1 unit per, though it is going to get increasingly difficult. There's no sugarcoating that. This one's going to be rugged. But let's jump in. Let's do this. Now, Battle 1 I always try to do with that base Bell and Hestia that first came out. And let's go over to them real quick. Here, these guys. So, nothing super special about them. I haven't added anything to them. We're just going to kind of let them do their thing. Now, each and every single one of these I've vetted. But I will be honest with you. They have leveled up this event ever so slightly. So this is actually a little harder than it has been in the past. So while historically this has been a cakewalk, ain't so much this time. I've had about a 50-50 win ratio on this. So we may or may not see success here. We'll have to see. Already looks like we've taken some early damage, but we got a good heal there. I think our heal strategy is going to be the #1 deciding factor on this. This also might go out to the full 3 minutes. Just warning y'all. This one is rugged. Now, the honest answer here is I'm kind of a fool. I should put some SR or R level items, or I'm sorry, scene cards on them. Even items, that would make this a lot easier. And if you were doing this, I would highly recommend it. But if anything's kind of proven by this method, it's that you don't necessarily need it. So those of you that are new at the game, that have just picked this game up after the first anniversary, this is proof that you don't necessarily have to go crazy. Like, you don't have to have a whale account to win this. All right. Now, I think we're going to take a little bit of unnecessary damage here. And the big downside of this is, while normally I would jump in and I would move Bell around and I would stop him from taking some unnecessary damage, this is all auto run. So it's just going to come down to the RNG. But there we go. We got it. That one could have gone either way. That's fine. Throw some scene cards, throw an item on him, whatever. You don't need to go crazy. Just a little bit of something will actually help him out. So, that is the first battle. Let's jump into the second battle, which basically from this point going forward, I'm going to be utilizing UR units. Now, that doesn't mean you have to, but, so once again, for those of you that are new at the game, that have recently adopted the game, this is just an example of how you can approach this. So, I'm going to try to beat all of these with, if not one, at least as few units as possible. Now, normally, we kind of stick to non-time limited units here, but for these first couple of battles, I'm just going to grab whoever I can, to be honest. So, for this one, we're going to use this Ryu. She's the one I used here. Why is she not allowed? Oh, duh, because we're here, Battle 2. So while she is time limited and while we normally wouldn't use her, I'll be honest with you guys, you could use anybody here. She is mega squishy. I'm not a fan of this unit whatsoever. I love her for collection purposes. She's really cool, but I wish she was a lot better. What I've done, as you can see there, is throwing some SR scene cards on her, and I have an assist that'll help her out a little bit. She's another 50-50 at this. Even though she kind of looks like a magic unit, she is a physical unit, so don't let the looks deceive you. But here, in fact, if you look really closely, you can see there's like a blade basically attached to the end of her wand. It's just kind of funny. Once again, visually, I love the unit, but functionally, I'm not a fan. And that's just real talk. All right, so here we go. We are just gonna kind of do best job we can here. This event is going away in 3 days, so basically I've got today to get 4 of these out, so we're going to do 1 through 4 today, then 5 through 8 tomorrow, and then the last 4 we'll do on the final day. And I'm pretty much under the impression that that final day will probably be 2 units, maybe even 3. Just judging by this early run, they have increased the difficulty significantly. Also, units sometimes do really dumb things like they're doing right now. Why are we doing this? Why are we playing this game like this? Don't stand in the line of battle. Like, what is she doing? All right. I wish the AI was a little bit smarter, but the AI is all gung-ho. It's all or nothing with it. All right, there we go. Excellent, excellent. So we actually did win that one. This is another one that could have gone either way. Arguably, there are even some SSR units that could do way better than her, but you know what? It is what it is. Use whoever you want to use there. It doesn't matter. It's not type specific. I just really wanted to use the new Ryu unit. All right. Now, hopping into Battle 3, this is where we start to get serious. Now, you've got 2 fights of each element. So here we've got a red fight here, but our final fight is also red. So I don't want to go too crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that original UR Bell. And I'm going to utilize him. You know, normally I would recommend using the red Hestia, but I think she's good enough we can save her for much, much, much later on. So I'm actually going to be utilizing Take here. It's an odd choice, but it is what it is. In fact, I do have one UR scene card on him, but it's not a scene card I'll be able to use much later on. It just gives him a 15% critical rate at the early part of the battle. I also am using an SSR item on him, so not groundbreaking items, not stuff that's like really messing me up for the late game, but definitely stuff you do definitely need some assistance on him. This is a good example of this not being a cakewalk. Also, if you're wondering why my unit choices are the way they are, in my experience, as much as we would be tempted to use defensive units or speed units, honestly, at some point you just need raw power. I have not found, at least in my repertoire, defensive units are slow going and they don't deal a huge amount of damage. They just take a lot of punishment. So, which, I mean, hence their designation. Speed units are quick, but they don't deal out a lot of damage and they don't take a lot of punishment. Attackers can take some punishment, but they just deal an amount of damage that, I mean, you can see here, he's like one-shotting everything. So, you know, at some point, there is a major benefit to utilizing attacking units. So I'm going to mostly focus on that. Might be an exception here or there. And honestly, the next one I really did want to use Otaro. I really thought Otaro would be a great one to use in the next fight. But I'm going to be honest and fair here. He didn't produce enough damage. He honestly just did not produce enough damage to make me happy, to make me comfortable using him. All right, Bell. We need a big hit here, buddy. We do not need to let him do his attack. All right, cool. We got him. All right, so now we're just soloing the huge ant, which is great. You do want to preferably run these guys down to solo fights. As you can see here, this ant is falling. As soon as we break his barrier there, he's going to take a ton of damage. There we go. 15 seconds left. Come on, dude. Oh, it's down to the wire. We could go either way again. No! I won't lie. My first attempt at this was a lot more clean. Bell, I think, had like 30 seconds left on the clock when he beat it last time, so it is what it is. Now, finally going into floor 4, or fight 4, battle 4, as they call it. This is the one where I really wanted to use Otaro, but I just couldn't justify it. The reality is I'm going to use Eyes here, and I think she's kind of a no-brainer in this particular circumstance. And you see there I've got some decent scene cards on her. You know, once again, I'm not trying to use anything that's going to mess me up for the final fight. I want to keep my best of the best of the best for like the last 3 battles. But there's no there's no doubting that they have definitely leveled this thing up. And unfortunately, a lot of my units are still A0. I haven't pulled a lot of dupes. A lot of people talk about how good my luck's been, but because I haven't whaled terribly in this game, and I've been holding on to a lot of my free-to-play tickets, I just don't have the dupes. So a lot of my units are like A1, A0. I think she's maybe A2, but we're not talking maximum of broken units here. Now, that's good for me, or not as good for me, but that's really good for you, especially those of you that are new players, because I've seen a lot of you guys out there asking about, recently getting into the game and stuff like that. It's kind of proof that you could do this kind of stuff without having to have a whale account. And I like that personally. That was one of my favorite things. We always compare this to danmemo, but that was one of my favorite things about danmemo is how free-to-play friendly the game was and how much you could do without having to whale. All right, we need to get out of the line of battle here. Thank you. Break him down. Awesome. We've got a minute, but we also don't have a lot of health, so I'm a little concerned about her taking too much damage. Oof. Oh, no. There we go. There we go. We got it. Absolutely perfect. So that is 100%. Once again, those fights could have been more clean, but the closer these are, the more items and things that we have for those final few fights. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Tomorrow we'll come back with floors 5 through 8, and then we'll do the final floors on Wednesday. So see you guys there. Like, comment, share. Wasn't an intentional rhyme, but I'll take it.